Ah, I don't even know why I'm recording this video, but something is pushing me to record it, and I'm just gonna be obedient and follow the nudge and the feeling that I have to record. I just came back from work right now, and I just came back from work and okay, let me just give you context. So I just got back from home and I returned on Friday. And today is a Wednesday. So from Friday till today, I've been in my apartment because I just didn't want to go out. I wanted to settle back in and just condition my brain to the fact that I'm no longer in South Africa and I'm back in China. Okay? So on my way from work, something happened. This is something that always, without a doubt, triggers me. I'm talking about triggers the heck out of me, right? I'll talk about it someday. I don't feel comfortable talking about it while I still live here, but that particular thing happened. It always happens. Not always, but 8 out of 10 times always happens. And you would think that, with me literally having lived here for the past, 5, almost 6 years, I'd be used to some of the things, but I'm not. So anyway, my normal reaction is to actually flip out, lose my cool, scream, shout, curse out the person who's doing it or whatever. But honestly, over the past couple of months, I've been praying for God to change my heart posture. I've been asking God to just give me a better way of dealing with situations, because clearly what I've been doing for as long as I've been paying attention to certain reactions and just coping mechanisms that I have clearly isn't working, So I was like, God, just change my heart posture. Like at this point, I want the cars, I want the houses, I want the this, the that, material possessions, but it just hits different once you start praying for your heart. You just start praying over your heart and you're like, God, change the posture of my heart. So I've been praying about it for the last couple of months, and I've been praying for God to just give me a clear direction and just a new system and a new coping mechanism, a new way of handling situations, because clearly what I've been doing doesn't work, right? And I think part of that is just asking God to get me to a point where instead of crying about it, I pray about it. Instead of, screaming and lashing out about it, I pray about it. Instead of getting on a call with my friend or my mom, my best friend, whatever, complaining about it, I pray about it, right? And today, literally, probably an hour ago, I just took a shower. Like I said, I just came back from work. My initial instinct was to pray. I literally took my phone and I was about to send my friend, my best friend, a voice note to tell her what happened, because literally as it happened, okay, I kind of flipped out in the moment. So God is still working on me in that regard. But as I was walking to my apartment, I could feel the tears welling up. I could just feel my body getting tense, just normal reaction that I would have, but it was not as intense as it normally would be. So I was even struggling to find my keys. I'm just like, girl, not these nets, girl. These fruit flies or nets, whatever you call them, so annoying. So anyway, I was literally struggling to find my keys in my bag. And I'm just, oh my gosh, I just cannot wait to get inside my apartment. And literally, after I walked in, I closed the door and I stood by the door, I think for a good 5 minutes, fighting the tears back. And I'm just like, God, I've been praying about this for so long. Like, I'm sick and tired of these feelings. I am sick and tired of the way I react to certain situations, especially this particular thing that I'm talking about. And here it is yet again. It's not as intense as it would normally be, but it's the fact that I kind of had the same reaction, and I literally was about to cry. And something just pushed me to go to the mirror, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I started, saying these positive affirmations like, you're strong, there's a reason and a purpose that you're here, God has been talking to you, so girl, this is not about you anymore. Get it together, basically. And literally, as I was staring at my reflection in the mirror, something was just like, pray. I started praying. Because, like I said, I'm just at that point where instead of complaining about it, I want to pray about it. Instead of crying about it, I want to pray about it. Instead of literally being in a bad mood and having these negative thoughts and going in these dark places, I want to pray about situations and triggers and things that really affect me and the way that I function and operate, and the fact that I just stood there and I broke into a prayer and a praise, and I could literally feel my emotions and just like my psyche transforming, going from being irritated, annoyed, hurt by what just happened outside on my way to my apartment. And just, I could feel myself feeling lighter. And I think the thing about it is, if you're a person who struggles to deal with their emotions, right? You struggle to deal with your emotions, your first instinct is to get upset, get angry, just have a physical reaction to things. I mean, I'm talking about borderline probably slapping somebody, right? Once you start praying for the posture of your heart because you're just tired of the way that you've been doing things, it just hits differently. And as I was praying, I was just like, God, give me the strength. Give me the strength. I prayed that you would change the posture of my heart. And at this point in time, I see a few changes, but I need you to do better than this. I need you to push me much harder than this. Do you understand? I just want to get to a point where I'm so unbothered, and I'm not convincing myself that I'm unbothered, but I'm actually unbothered. Like, this actual thing can happen, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. Just another day on earth with ignorant people or whatever, So I just started praying. I was like, God, don't harden my heart. Do not harden my heart. Do not allow me to take this one isolated incident. Like I said, today was my first time being outside ever since I came back from home. Don't allow me to take this one isolated incident and let it define my day, let it define my week, and just let it define my whole entire experience, because that's what I've been doing for the longest time, And as I was saying this prayer over and over again, I felt God just changing the state of my emotions, and it was just so empowering, because I'm like, I know that I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but it's the fact that I'm seeing the small changes. And I think I'm sharing this because it's a testimony of what God can do when you're intentional with your prayer. And intentionality has been a big part of my journey. Do you understand? So I was literally sitting here just cheesing and smiling that the old Lydia, I would have been on the phone with my mom now, crying. I would have been on the phone with my best friend. I would have sent her a voice note. I would have literally been in such a funk because of this thing that happened. But the fact that I've been intentional in my prayer and I see that God is at work, I'm just like, let me just take my phone and record this. Let me take my phone and record this, because the day I'm trying to see how I'm going to do it. But the day I actually sit down, and I'm probably going to create a series, either a series or a book. And I'm just going to talk about the whole journey and the whole experience, But I think the most important thing for me was like, out of the whole freaking day, this is the one person who did what they did. And can I not take that one isolated incident and literally take one paintbrush and paint the whole canvas and say, everybody's just like that, It's just this one person who's just ignorant and stuck in their ways, So I know I'm probably rambling and you don't understand what I'm talking about, but I just thought I should just come on here and share this experience or whatever thoughts I have right now. I don't want to wait for Lydia's diary episode, whatever. I just wanted to record on my phone and actually encourage someone to stay in prayer if there's something that you're praying about. Because like I said, it's one thing to pray about material possessions, but once you're praying about your heart and you're asking God to change something about the posture of your heart and just the way you carry yourself, the way you deal with situations, it hits differently, child. So I just wanted to encourage you to stay firm in your journey, even if it does get difficult, because it's not easy. Just stay true to yourself and just firmly believe that whatever it is that you're praying about, if you're intentional about it and if your intentions are actually pure and God can see you in his face that, yeah, my child actually means that, you will see the changes that you're looking for. So I'm actually recording this for myself, but I was like, you know what, let me just record it and share it. Because it's literally the first time in a long time where a trigger does not trigger me to a point that it normally does, and it shows me that God is really at work. And just the contentment and peace that I have right now after praying, it just showed me that with every situation, I'm just gonna find my little prayer corner and pray, because child, that the devil is working overtime. But yeah, I just thought I should come on here and share it. Whoever relates, okay? I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna sit down and set up a camera and a tripod, okay? Let me just do it from my phone. I mean, the phone is on a tripod, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's just me. Right now I'm watching a sermon by TD Jakes, The Grace to Make Changes. And you know what? My spirit is okay. I am so happy. Like, the fact that all it took was a prayer for me to feel the way that I do right now, phenomenal. So anyway, guys, enjoy your day. Bye. Let me watch my sermon, child, because the devil is working overtime. Not my heart. Like, you're not gonna win my, you can take everything else, but my heart, you better leave that alone. Do you know how much effort and energy it takes for you to, like, not even hold a grudge, but just to carry negative emotions towards somebody? And I'm not gonna let anybody take me back to that place. So yeah, anyway, thought I should share. Let me have my dinner, child, and enjoy the rest of my day. So yeah, bye.